Hi, my name is Casey Morris, and this is my oral presentation for English 112, and I am doing it on my APA research paper. Now, I wrote this paper on Jean Piaget and his theory of cognitive development. I wrote it because Jean Piaget changed the way we view children with this theory. Before him, everyone assumed children were dumber than anyone older than them due to a lack of experience. But he discovered that just because they were younger, it did not mean they were less intelligent. They just thought differently. And he found out that a person's behavior is controlled by schemas, which is then used to represent the world and assign actions. And we do this because we need some kind of equilibrium between schemas and the environment. We use two methods during this, and it's assimilation is the first one. And this is when a child can use new information from the environment to utilize their already developed schemas. For example, if a child knows a poodle as a dog only, but then they meet a beagle, they'll assimilate their schema to include beagles. The next method is accommodation, and this is when our bodies create new schemas so that it can add new information. And an example of accommodation is if a child has a schema that all animals with a tail are dogs. They'll have to create a new schema for cats, kangaroos, possums, and any other animals with a tail. So essentially, assimilation is adding to the schemas that the body already has, and accommodation is creating new ones. There are four stages to the theory of cognitive development. The first stage is sensory motor, and this is from birth to 2 years old. During this stage, children start relating to objects through senses and motor skills. So a baby may begin grasping and sucking on their bottle or their mother's breast. The second stage is pre-operational. This is from 2 years old to 7 years old. And during this time, they show signs of intelligence by using symbols. Their language will develop along with their imagination. The third stage is concrete operational. This is from 7 to 11 years old. And during this stage, they'll solve problems in an abstract way using logic. They'll need hands-on activities during this stage so that they can continue to express themselves and learn. The last stage is formal operational, and this is from 11 years old, and it goes all the way into adulthood. And during this stage, children demonstrate intelligence through a logical use of symbols that relate to abstract concepts and are more hypothetical. So open-ended projects in school are a great idea for this, so children can have a little freedom and show you what they know. And the reason I wrote about this is because Jean Piaget is the reason we understand children, essentially. We know why they do what they do. So it helps not only with all children, but especially with special needs children. This is how we can tell if something is off and if a child may or may not have a disability at such a young age. And so that's why I chose him. He is the forefather of the way we teach, essentially. And on this paper, I used multiple references. I think I used 5 of them. And all of them but 2 came from our library. So I used the library because I knew it was a trusted source and everything was accurate. I didn't have to do a lot of fact checking because I knew it was going to be correct. Now, the other 2 that I used, I found just because it was such great information, and I trusted these because I went and used their references and fact checked them myself. They were listed at the ends of the articles, and a lot of them were .orgs or .govs, or the other 2, and that is something that shows me that normally I can trust it instead of opposed to a .com website, and that is why I trusted my sources. So this has been my oral presentation for English 112. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.